Am I the asshole? For embarrassing my wife by making her admit that she has a stepson? Edit. Before we had the wedding, when she visited him she was rather warm towards him in the way a girlfriend is when meeting her boyfriend's son, which is why I agreed to the marriage wedding. Afterwards, she said that now because it's official and he would be living with her all the time, she's finding it hard to adjust. Earlier she was very nice to him and treated him well whenever she saw him. X200B. My wife Sasha and I have been married for a few months now. We have 4 children together, and 3 of them are my stepdaughters. They are Sarah, Emily, and Hannah. I have Aiden through my previous marriage. Sasha has always been indifferent to him. I will make it clear that she does not hate him and does not make his life difficult in an overt way. She just pretends as if he is not a member of family. I have asked her to warm up to him, but she just shrugs it off. But as there hasn't really been a fight regarding the issue before, I did not want to start one and kept my quiet. She was invited, along with us, for her friend's wedding. We went there, and after the wedding she was talking to her friend. Her friend asked her whether they were her kids by pointing to the 4 of them as they were standing some distance away. She said yeah, the girls are, and mentioned who was who. I was shocked that she had implied that Aiden was not her child, but she gave me a "don't bring that up now" look when I looked at her in disbelief. I told her friend she won't admit it, but the boy is her son too. Her stepson, and she doesn't like him. She was mortified as the others realized this, and attempted to laugh it off by saying that she had not noticed Aiden, thought it was another boy, etc. Later, though, she severely accused me of embarrassing her. She said that if she doesn't want to consider Aiden as a son, it's her choice. That resulted in a full-blown argument, which makes me think that I might be the asshole. Am I the asshole? Sasha has always been indifferent to him. I will make it clear that she does not hate him and does not make his life difficult in an overt way. She just pretends as if he is not a member of family. I'm sure his life isn't difficult when his stepmom pretends he's not part of the family. ESH. You for marrying someone who treats your son like SHT. ETAS after the first sentence. Editing to change my verdict to ESH. Why do these single parents always manage to marry that one person who cannot accept their own kids? And are always willing to go along with the charade until they are not cool with it anymore? Parents like you are the reason why Disney-level evil step-parents exists. Because single parents like you let them. You're TA to your son. Your wife is also TA to your son. Basically, everyone in that family who did not accept Aiden as part of the family is TA. Why on earth did you marry a woman who acts like the evil stepmother to your son? You knew this going into the marriage and still subjected your son to a lifetime of being the unwanted stepchild. When she said she doesn't view Aiden as a son, you stayed with her anyways. You chose this hag of a woman over your own child, and YTA for that. You're not the asshole for calling out her horrific behavior though. She should be embarrassed. You're the asshole for marrying someone who doesn't like or treat your kid well. Your wife is TA for her immature and dismissive behavior of a child. Honestly, I think you're the bigger though. You knowingly married her when she mistreats your kid. Your first priority should be your child. He has very little control over his life. You are supposed to protect him from hurtful situations, not put him in them. You're the asshole for staying in that relationship. Get an annulment. Seriously. She is only nice when she wants that ring on her finger, and once it's official, she dropped all facades. Have a private talk with your son and see if being cold was really the only issue here. I bet you will find a lot of other passive-aggressive behaviors that didn't happen in your presence. You're the asshole to your son. This woman literally hates your son, ignores him in and outside your house, and scars this poor boy badly. And you just stand there and watch your son being treated like garbage? Is there anyone who loves and can help this poor boy? You're the asshole for marrying someone who does not accept your son exists. You chose her over your son, and you are a party to him being excluded. You must have been very lonely, in bed, to invite this excuse in. Info: does she expect you to see her daughters as family and as your children? Not the asshole to this situation with your wife at the wedding. You are amongst the biggest assholes on this sub in a long time. Your son deserves better. If you stay with this woman, you're the asshole to your son. I hope you realize that if something ever happens to you that she will cut your son off and leave him with nothing. Think about that. Is his mother in the picture? You're all assholes. SH is not enough. How the hell did you marry someone who would not love and respect your child? You're the supreme asshole here. She's an asshole for being with you knowing she will not love and respect Aiden. I want this to be fake, but I can see this happening. I hope the kids are better than their parents. You're the asshole for staying married to a woman who treats your son like this. Enjoy him now, because he'll cut you off as an adult. Not the asshole for what you said, but you're the asshole for marrying someone who is obviously treating your son as less than what she is doing, is emotionally abusing your son, and you are allowing it by not standing up to her sooner. Doesn't matter who the asshole is, this marriage is doomed. You both suck. How could you marry this woman? You're the asshole, and not because you embarrassed her like she deserved. Ask yourself, would she be with you if you treated her daughters the way she treats your son? What the fuck is wrong with you? You are not a man. Have you asked Aiden how she treats him when you're not there? YTA for marrying someone like that. Why would you make your son suffer and spend time with someone who is indifferent towards him? I agree with the peanut gallery. You knew from the get that she wasn't a fan of your son, yet you married her anyway. Who does that? You're the asshole for marrying her in the first place. Wow, what a great marriage you've thrown your son into. These alarm bells didn't appear before you got married. No big deal, just start saving up now for the years of therapy he'll need. And be sure to hand him the money before he turns 18, because shortly after that, you won't be hearing much from him. You're the asshole for staying with her when you know how she treats your son. Or maybe ESH. Yeah, you both suck. You're the asshole. Not because you said something, but because you are married to a woman that actively ignores your child as a part of the family. What an awful existence for him. Her girls are family, but he is not, and you're so worried about rocking the boat that you've just let it slide. She said that if she doesn't want to consider Aiden as a son, it's her choice. Save some time and dump her now. Your son should be your first priority, and this is not possible unless she accepts her responsibilities as a step-parent. Not the asshole for making an issue out of her poor behavior. You're a terrible dad. You're the asshole. Never marry someone who hates your child. OMG. Why did you marry such a distasteful excuse for a human? You had to know that she disliked your son prior to marrying her. There had to be signs. And if there truly weren't, and you choose to stay with someone who clearly hates your son, you are the biggest R in the world. You're the asshole for not divorcing her. Not the asshole for what you said at the wedding. I had a terrible stepmom and she treated me this way. It ruined the relationship I had with my dad, and no longer speak to him because of how he never stood up for me. Utter for marrying someone who treats your son like trash. I really hope you consider what all this is doing to Aiden. He needs to know that he is the most important person to you and that he is worthy of being loved. If your new wife can't get on board, maybe she needs to be cut loose. It's so obvious. Please protect and stand up for your son who counts on you to do so. Please. I'm speaking as someone who has experienced inadequate protection when it counted and was too little to stand up for myself. It's a struggle every day to feel worthy of being loved and included. Please, please, please insist Aiden be loved. Wow, you are so much the asshole for subjecting your child to this woman. Also, your wife is an evil stepmother.